Hello everyone, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Total War Attila in our Eternal Empire series. I wanted to clear something up really quick that hasn't actually come up in the series before, but it came up in a comment on one of the most recent episodes, and after doing some reading on the forums, it appears to be a point of confusion among people. There are some people who say that it's one way, and other people who say that there is another way to look at it, and it's confusing and it's hard to get to the bottom of it, but it's an interesting thing that I think Total War Attila players will want to see, because I think I might have actually just gotten to the bottom of this. So anyway, that was very cryptic because you don't know what I'm talking about. Let me share what was said to me in a comment yesterday. Helpful commenter pointed out that all of these Basilica of Isis, all of these basilicas that I've been building, they have a wealth bonus to agricultural buildings, but because so many of my agricultural buildings are actually, if you see there, animal husbandry buildings. When you look at where the wealth is coming from in this cattle farm, I can't point to it. Well, actually, yes, I can. Cattle farm. Actually, no, I can't. Even if I'm going up here, I can't bring the mouse pointer over there. You get the point. Look over there. Says animal husbandry is where the wealth is coming from. But if you look below the picture, it does say it's an agricultural building. And the definition of agriculture is beyond just grain farming and farming crops. Agriculture includes cattle, and I knew that. And so when I got this comment that said, actually, no, that bonus on the Basilica of Isis only applies to crop buildings, I was like, that's a little weird. So this is not me actually trying to argue with that commenter. This is not me trying to prove you wrong, buddy. I'm not even going to mention you by name because it's not about, making a point. This is actually, I actually looked into what you were saying, and I realized that it was a kind of a point of contention with some other people. And here is what I found. I want to show you guys this. So I have Media Atropatene pulled up. This is Ecbatana, Raga, and Gonzaga, just as an example. Now, before we look at the individual cities and see like what kind of bonuses there might be in the taxes screen, which we can do, I first want to go to technology. And let's look at the total wealth bonus being given to agricultural type buildings, just in general, by the research we've done so far. Here's one right here in the first tier. There you go right there. That's 5, okay? Next, right here, we have another one for animal husbandry buildings, but hang on. Let's look around, see if there's anything else. Okay, so there's another 5% from animal husbandry. So again, those should be, even though the game draws a distinction, let's combine that into 10%. And then you have, doesn't look like there's anything in this particular tier, so that's 10% total. Then you have wealth plus 5% from agricultural and animal husbandry buildings. So the game is drawing a distinction. Yes. So that's up to 15. And then right over here, there's a final 5% to agricultural buildings. So yes, confusing. There's 2 different labels. And it seems that cattle farms can be considered both agricultural and not agricultural if you're trying to define agriculture as just raising crops. So that's a total of 20% in bonuses that I am getting here because of this stuff. So notice this thing, this temple also gives another 15% agricultural bonus. So altogether, that should be a 35% bonus on this province. And this, like Raga, or Gonzaga for that matter, but let's go with Raga, has pure animal husbandry buildings. So per that comment and per some of the confusion that I've seen, agriculture, an agricultural wealth bonus, as from the Basilica of Isis, should not apply to those buildings. So you are going to see, if I'm right, you're going to see a wealth bonus of at a total of 35, because agricultural and animal husbandry bonuses are both applying to these buildings. Agricultural is an umbrella term. It applies to cattle and it applies to crops. And then, of course, there are animal husbandry specific bonuses as well. So if I'm wrong, you're going to see a total wealth bonus for Raga below 35%, because again, you've got 20% from the tech and 15% here from the Basilica of Isis. So, drum roll, please. Let's pull this up. Let's go to Raga. There you go. Total of 35% in wealth bonuses being applied to animal husbandry. That means all of the technology that we looked at, that I've researched throughout the series, is applying its bonuses, as well as the 15% bonus from the Basilica of Isis. So if you were confused by that, I was thrown by the comment too, and I definitely wanted to look into it more. This is just something for Attila players I've been talking about for 5 minutes now, so I'm going to stop and actually keep playing the game. But just for your information, I was so intrigued by this that I had to get to the bottom of it and just kind of break down the numbers, if you will. Again, I just went to the detail screen and pointed to Raga's specific wealth income, and it breaks it down for me right there. So there you have it. So where are we? I've got to end the turn, don't I? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That's where I was at the end of the previous episode. Things are going quite smoothly. We are at war with the Western Roman rebels. I am going to do what I can to make sure all of my armies are on my border before I go to war with the Picts. So I might not necessarily go to war with anyone else this turn, but once that war happens, they are allied with several factions that are along my western border. So pretty much my entire western border is going to light up. The whole thing. Hispania is going to have to fall to me pretty soon too. Okay, the Western Roman separatists want a peace treaty. I'm going to reject that. They might try something here. Okay, they're kamikazeing against my navy. I'm going to just auto-resolve this. So their king just threw himself at me. I don't know why that took 3 times for me to say. But yeah, their king just totally gave up. And I don't know if that'll count as the battle for Ravenna. It shouldn't have. Or it might have, because that army was probably within reinforcement range for Ravenna. Okay, looks like Gratianus Nero. I thought we were securing his loyalty. Okay, there we go. The loyalty problem was fixed. All right, Gratianus Nero is no longer having loyalty issues. All right, so I think that might have actually been the end of it. Hang on. How do I... There we go. No, they still have a garrison here, but it's not a very strong one. So let's maintain the blockade. And I am going to bring this army onto land. And then we are going to queue up some siege equipment so we can attack Ravenna properly. March on Ravenna in the coming turns. Let's see. Heavy siege tower? No. Light siege tower? No, not a battering ram. Is this a medium? Why is it going to take 2 turns? You guys should be better at building this stuff by now. That's weird. Alright, well in that case I'm just going to go for the siege towers. And fine, we'll go for the ladders too. It's going to take 3 turns. We'll continue the siege. Again, I need to bide my time anyway, because we're getting our forces caught up to the other line. Just to remind you what I mean, I have that army, that army, that army, and that army. I have a bunch of armies that need to be here. So we're going to line them up here before too much fighting happens. And I might have some kind of crammed up here so that I can move quickly into Scanza and have control of this territory to where I don't have to worry about anything back here. But let's see. All right, now I've got a lot of money. And someone did rightly point out that I will need to be upgrading these... hang on, let me see here. These armies here in... What's this province? Africa, yes. And I actually do have a means to do so. I do. I just need to convert a couple of things. First of all, we're going to buy this Praetorian compound, and then... Yes, this one. So we need war engineering here. We're going to convert this building to a war engineer. Now, these upgrades, this is going to reduce food or increase food consumption in Sabrata, so that could potentially affect public order and cause some issues for me, because they're already having a food shortage, but public order is still good because life is just generally so grand in that province right now under Roman rule. But I'll need to keep an eye on it. However, once those buildings that I've just queued up, and how many turns was that? How many turns? 5 turns. Once those are done, I'll be able to bring these armies in and very quickly, without moving them far at all, completely update them to modern Roman standards. And they'll be quite powerful. So I'm excited about that. We're going to go ahead and convert. Yeah, we'll keep you as a trade jetty, and we'll keep you as a Balnae. So Aquileia is now being rebuilt after we retook it. And let's see what else we can do here. Looks like all of these armies are fully healed up. There is some additional stuff that I can do here, so let's see. Let me go ahead and build a fountain there. I've got a lot of rebuilding to do, so let me jump around somewhat quickly. Alexandria has, what was this, -1? No, it's -2, actually. I can also upgrade forces here if for any reason I need to build an additional army. Speaking of that, okay, we're getting pretty close to being a supreme imperium. That'll give us access to 2 more armies. Check that out. We're at 54% Greco-Roman paganism, which is awesome. So that's good news. Let's go ahead and build a scriptorium. Have some slightly better research going on there. Well, I don't really need to upgrade these farms anymore, but yeah, I can't upgrade those anymore. Actually, I can't upgrade any of them because they'll all increase squalor. Excuse me. All right, let's... How about the governor's estate? Maybe? That'll increase food consumption a good bit in a province that's already suffering. And I'm also upgrading this Imperial Cult Basilica, so that would probably affect public order pretty badly. I'm going to avoid that if I can. Let's go ahead and upgrade the fishing wharf here, though. And Aelia Capitolina, I cannot upgrade you. Not a lot of money left. All right. Ah, Firmus Labienus Camillus. Who are you? You are a general... Wait. What? Hang on. Oh. Wow. Okay. How long have you been there, and did I just completely forget about you? Oh, that's right. I pulled you back from Dyrrhachium to fully upgrade you. That's what you were doing. So he was here, and then I pulled him back to Thessalonica. So tell you what... Heck, I could rebuild Rome right now, but we're going to wait on that. Let's have a look around here.
Leaving the ship.
And then this army as well. I can go ahead and move them into enemy waters. We'll bring them onto land in Attila soon. So we can't quite go to war with the Picts yet. I mean, we can. I'm not interested in doing that just yet. Again, I want to have all my armies along the border. Actually, you know what? Some of these armies I'm going to have to withdraw. Public order is pretty good in Gothiscanza, so what I'm going to do is bring this army all the way down. Ooh, what's happening here? Casurgis. All right, public order is going to be better here soon, but right now it's kind of crap. All right, so some of these armies, this army is fully built, so I just need to move them. How's public order here? It's just fine. So I'll go ahead and move this army to Severia, and that is actually very much on the border, so that's a good move. And then finally, we've got an army. Yeah, we have armies in a couple places here.
Ready for orders.
Now, of course, these big moves that I'm making at the moment are going to hurt these armies in terms of their winter attrition, but it'll be worth it. Looks like we're about to have a rebellion in Uvavum. Tell you what, let's see if I can send these troops up here. Okay, well, that'll stave off public order problems for one turn, but now there's horrible public order problems in Aquileia. So next turn, we're going to have to get some of these armies further into position. All right, I'm going to go ahead and withdraw all of these forces. Can I withdraw you safely? Yes, I can. Very good. All right, so this army is going to come to... Let's move him to Rugion. We're going to have, like I said, we're going to have some armies concentrated up here so that I can march up to the north. Take Denmark. Sorry for those of you from Denmark. Let's just pretend that everything's going to be better under Roman rule. Just nod and smile. It'll all be over soon. Okay, so after this turn cycles, I'll have the ability... I hopefully will be able to save myself from any rebellion that could be about to happen. And I can bring some armies. They will have some attrition damage from marching through the snow. But I will be able to bring some of my armies into that province that was suffering from poor public order. Hispania wants a trade agreement. We're going to say no, because we're going to be at war with them pretty soon. They control Carthage, and I want Carthage. I want Carthage in my life. Western Roman separatists, you have no armies left. Okay, looks like someone got hurt, though, and I don't really have a good replacement, so I'm going to go with the youngest general. Looks like someone might have just died. Right, Venetia. Yes, we have... The game is warning me that public order is currently crap in Venetia. So I'm going to move this army back down. We're going to move this army over. And there will... Oh, wait, no! We were able to save the public order in this province. Next turn, it'll actually start getting better, which is quite nice. Alright, this army can actually make it to Rugion. No, well, unfortunately, I have to rapid march them, so they're going to take a lot of winter attrition. They're not fully built up, are they? You guys need one more spearman before you're fully healed up. That's kind of annoying. And then this army, where were you going? I feel like you were going somewhere important, but I can't remember where. Alright, well, let's go ahead and move you to Oyam for now, just so you recover some of your units. And then next turn, we'll keep them moving. Where else do I have armies in need of positioning?
Commander, ready for orders.
I mean, this army can go ahead and... I guess I'll go ahead and attack this little tiny fleet. How did you... Why do you get to run from that? That's silly. You shouldn't get to run. I don't like that. Alright, well. That's war for you. Okay. We're going to keep breaking that down. How are our upgrades here at Zebrata? There, of course, they're 4 turns away. We did that last turn. I felt like it was more time than that, but I guess not. Our income is up to 70,000. Just reinforcing my point about that 5% bonus not really being worth it. Yeah, food market here. Extra sheep there for more wealth. Additional logging camp. Oh yeah, we can definitely upgrade the aqueduct here. Make sure we can do it there too. And we can upgrade the amphitheater. How's food consumption here? It's good enough. It's not going to create a public order problem. Alright, additional food production there. Yeah, actually, definitely. There's not a lot of food production happening in that province. Oh, wait. Anacopia. Well, let's do another scriptorium. Let's really crank up our research and finish the tech tree as soon as possible. Well, yeah, I guess I can afford this. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the amphitheater to a circus. It is going to increase food consumption, but I'll get additional wealth and public order from that. Alright, so now we're down to just 5,000. I'm going to go for the fruit orchard in Chersonesus. Or Chersonesus. I've kept calling that Chersonesus, but it's Chersonesus. My bad. Wow, how have I never caught that? Even when I've been playing by myself, I've read that as Chersonesus. The N just snuck its way in there. Alright. My bad. Let's build a pewter caster here. How's squalor? Oh, it's fine. Additional wealth, please. And the problem is taken care of. Let us end the turn once again. And now, I believe we are ready to attack Ravenna. We should have all of the siege equipment that we need. But I might give it another turn or two while some of these other armies are getting in position. Again, there's no reason to rush right now, because I'm just trying to finish off the Western Roman separatists and get all my armies in position. I'm not going to make this move before I'm ready to make a solid strike with multiple forces at once. It's going to be quite a military campaign. I'll fight the first series of battles probably, and then auto-resolve some, and we'll move pretty rapidly across the European landscape, I would imagine. All right, so this guy is chickening out. It's not really a threat to anybody. All right, wavering loyalty. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, we do have some wavering loyalty, don't we? Marcus Tertius. You'd expect wavering loyalty from a man called Marcus Tertius. Alright. We need to fill some ranks here, so I'm just checking to see who might be eligible to take them. Looks like absolutely nobody, of course. Not even our bastard or the son of bastard. The bastard son of bastard. Alright, yes, that is a thing in this campaign. Alright, well, let's have a look at our siege equipment. Yeah, we've got one more turn until these ladders are done. We definitely have medium siege towers built. Light siege towers take 2 more turns. Heavy siege towers will take 2 more turns. I don't need... That's overkill. I don't need to do that much. We'll give it one more turn, and it'll be done. And let's see, what else can I do here? I'm going to move this army up to Evavum. I'm going to move this army up to Verunum. I'm going to move this army into Aquileia. Boom! And we're going to destroy that building. Garama also has the ability to upgrade to a legionary barracks. Probably not going to do it. They actually have a public order problem here again. How is that, Garama? Religious differences, -10? Well, you're going to fix that pretty soon. Alright, so Garama still apparently has some religious differences. After all this time, that area down there that we've had under our control for probably 50 episodes still has some religious differences causing problems. Fine then. Alright, extra library. Definitely we're going to go with the Basilica of Isis here for that wealth bonus from these buildings. Because as we saw at the beginning of this episode, it does in fact work. Yeah, I looked at this before. If I upgraded this to a governor's palace, I would get more money and increase taxes, better public order, but food consumption would go way down. I'm going to hold off on that. We'll upgrade this. Going to upgrade that for additional growth. Upgrade this for additional Roman paganism. And that, we're getting to a point where it's a little bit harder to spend all my money. I mean, if I just willy-nilly go through all my territories, then it's pretty easy. But it's getting there. It's getting to a point where I've got more than enough money to take care of the upgrades that I want to make each turn. Let's go ahead and upgrade this. Have better sanitation. So Sirmium is growing again. That's excellent. We're going to upgrade this for additional growth. Food market here. Upgrade Gothiscanza. And we'll upgrade the bathhouse here as well to try and fix this. Looks like there's a bit of a squalor problem in Rugion. And where else? Ascaucalis. So we're going to fix that too. And now we're almost out of money. Aragilia. Yep, I'm going to upgrade you. And now we are out of money. All right, let's have a look at our armies real quick. So we have one still back here. Now, as I recall, you were healing up, right? But now you have more marching ability. Well, actually, you really don't. Honestly, it's so snowy right now. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Servius Mergus. Don't know who you are, but I'm going to give you some battle points. Oh, yes, you can come further down, can't you? I'm going to move you all the way down to Severia, because you actually need to have your cavalry recreated. So I'm going to need to bring wow, words. I'm going to need to bring this general down in Severia, even further down to Greece, I guess you can say, to Thessalonica and to Constantinople to replenish that. But we're going to do that in the next episode. We are also going to attack Ravenna in the next episode, and it's going to be fun. I'm going to go ahead and fortify that army just so that they can protect against anything that might happen. One thing, okay, I will confess this, it'll drive you guys nuts. I'm not going to wait around forever on the Picts to do this. I am really going to declare war on them sooner than later. But in the next couple of turns, especially once I eliminate the Western Roman Separatists as a threat, it sure would be nice if the Picts were to say, you know, rebuild Rome. Maybe I haven't completely given up on that, but I'm not going to wait on them anymore to do it. I'm not just going to be twiddling my thumbs. So we're going to take care of the Separatists and then maybe try and take care of some of the factions up here that wouldn't involve fighting the Picts, but we're still going to be doing things. So actually, let's have a close look at that. The Picts are allied with the Caledonians, and they're allied with the Ebdanians. So I can take on the Angles, who are all by themselves. I can take on the Geats. I can take on the Alamans. I can even take on Gaul. So there's actually a number of factions up here that I can fight without angering that alliance, that unholy alliance of Britannic tribes that control so much of Western Europe right now. And that's what I'm going to do in the next turn, and hopefully that will give the Picts a moment to think about maybe recolonizing some of these territories. But again, not going to wait around forever. We waited long enough, and I want to end this series on a nice, strong note. So thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I upload new episodes in Eternal Empire every day at noon Eastern Daylight Time, which is GMT-4 for those of you not in the States. And if Eternal Empire is over when you're watching this, it'll be something else in kind of a historical or grand strategy type of vibe at noon anyway, and then other stuff at other time slots during the day. So anyway, thanks again very much for watching. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in a bit.